So, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your
We are the last Americans. We are the last Americans. We are the last Americans.
Yo.
What is up, everybody?
What's going on, dudes?
You know what? It seems like this show has had quite the range of start times throughout the last couple of years. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
This one falls
I
on
went
me.
from like being down in this little sauna studio at like 7 a.m. sharp,
Yep.
and now I'm down here at 8 p.m. I'm like, okay,
Jeez.
times have changed, literally.
8 p.m. though. That'd be nice, man.
Yeah.
10
Yeah,
here.
it's not bad.
It's not bad. Yeah, guys, my schedule changed a little bit. Hopefully not permanently, but we'll see. So, I'm going to do the best I can to be here. And we have to do a little bit later shows every once in a while. But if we can't do them, it's fine. I'll make it when I make it. But
Yeah.
it's just, I'm fingers crossed that this is not like a long time thing.
Fingers crossed and maybe penis crossed.
Well, in
Well,
order
if
for
he
that to
had
happen,
two,
yeah, I'd have to have another penis around. And I'm not sure.
unless
You
he's
could try to
crossing-
tie it around. You could try to do the loop-de-loop.
No.
Little
Yeah.
knot, penis knot.
Well, I would hope he's not like crossing dicks with his coworkers.
Yeah, no, that's a little odd, man.
That'd be
No.
inappropriate.
I don't think that's going to get
Yeah,
us
let's-
get us off earlier. Or
That's
maybe.
that's going down the
Get you
PJ
off
route.
early, yeah.
Oh shit. Anyways, man, happy Monday, guys. I'm looking at the chats real quick. It may be Flex's birthday, guys. Flex is a long time.
Oh
listener of
yeah,
ours.
happy birthday,
Oh, yeah.
Flex.
Happy birthday to you, sir. Great dude, long time listener. Always appreciate that. So
Hell yeah.
How do you say happy birthday in Canadian?
Happy birthday.
Yeah, do you have to have like a friend? Happy birthday.
Yeah.
I will.
I feel like it's just the
Eh?
same. It's just
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, man.
Hey,
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, you hoser.
Happy birthday. Hey. No. shit.
Yeah.
Lots of shit going on though, guys. Lots of stuff.
Dude,
going
yeah.
on. Lots of
Yeah.
stuff
So
going on.
like the main thing that nobody's really talking about, and I kind of brought it here for you guys, is this port strike that's happening
Yeah.
at midnight. For a major strike at midnight. And Chris, I sent you like a picture from Fox Business of all of the port locations that are up for strike right now. Oh,
Your shit's fucking up.
He's there you go.
There.
whoa. Oh
What
boy.
in the fuck?
For all those audio listeners out there, I've become a hologram and a black screen of death.
He's all
Fucking
over the place.
Zoom, man. I
I
don't
know,
know
Zoom.
what they changed, but now it literally kicks me off of the screen all the time.
Oh,
Zoom's
like
not
I'm
ideal.
capturing you, but then all of a sudden it'll just like stop,
Mm.
and I have to go back in and switch on and switch off.
it's all good.
It's all good, man. Anyway, so port strike. Possibly
Yes,
midnight.
yeah. So if we go to the it's an X link and it's by Thrilla the Gorilla. Okay. And he has a screenshot of the potential port strikes, and there are quite a bit.
There's quite a bit.
Oh my, look at all
Yeah.
that. Right? So it's from Texas, like right where you guys are at, Houston,
Yep.
all the way through Miami, all the way up to Boston. I mean, you're talking
mean,
Philadelphia, Baltimore.
This
Well,
this
okay,
all
so
the major ports,
Through
man.
here,
Yeah.
they're all fucked anyway. I mean,
in Florida.
yeah, that hurricane went through there, so all those ports are fucked right now anyway.
I don't think they're
Mm.
that fucked.
Dude, have you
honestly.
seen the damage? Dude, they're fucked.
There's
Yeah,
quite a
but-
bit, yeah.
Tampa?
Helene.
Tampa didn't get hit the same way as that
I mean, true.
and Miami. All these. Listen, I think these ports are probably functioning. And the sad part is this is a time where we're going to need more goods. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these homes are
Yeah.
destroyed. A lot of the shit's
Exactly.
fucked up. It's not
Yeah, this
anything
is
to them.
this
strike,
whole strike thing. I mean, whatever. Like, I read what they're doing it about, but regardless of what they're doing it about, this is gonna fuck up a lot of shit, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so this is several industries have taken steps to prepare for likely work stoppage.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, like this, if this was a prolonged thing, this could impact the U.S. economy. This is saying tens of thousands of longshoremen are likely to go on strike at the stroke of midnight, shutting down major ports along the East and Gulf Coast. Now, I have heard that the West Coast is also getting involved, and Whitney said something about Canada. And
I seen
all that
a
stuff.
TikTok video. I think I may have saved it. but a guy, they were all walking out of their job, and it was in the thing said they're in
Riverside.
Riverside, California.
Yeah.
Okay. But like in Longview is a big port town.
Well, this is not
Longview,
the port
Washington.
though. So sorry,
This is
sorry,
just
Greg.
Teamsters.
This is actually Smart and Final. This is the company I used to work for.
yeah. Well, it's the Teamsters union walking out.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's the Teamsters.
So this whole strike thing is a combination of Teamsters workers and
Ports.
port workers.
yeah, millwrights or
Gotcha.
not millwrights, but yeah. Whatever
So
it is.
it says there could be, just on the port side, I read that there could be 36,000 people just walking off the job.
Oh yeah, dude. This is saying the work stoppage could still the cost of the U.S. economy anywhere from several hundred millions of dollars to as much as $4.5 billion a day.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
That's gonna hurt the pockets.
Because these ports specifically handle half of the ocean imports in the United States.
Yeah.
Half.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, it's pretty massive.
So we haven't had one of these since 1977.
This big of a strike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And listen, I get it. I've watched plenty of video of different individuals, right? And they obviously speak for themselves of why they're doing it.
Mhm.
A lot of it's, there's some that has to do with pay. There's some that has to do with automation. What I've watched mostly seems to pay related. I know that they say a lot of people are like, it's not about the pay. No, most of them are saying it's about the pay.
Yeah, I think they're arguing for, I think I read 77% increase over the next 3 years or something like that.
Good luck.
This
That's
is
a
a
huge
this is a
hike,
quote
dude.
in
Good
the
fucking
article
luck.
here. Well, this is only saying, so this is a quote by USMX. I don't know what that is. USMX. Trying to find a definition here. I hate when they just, okay. United States Maritime Alliance.
Okay.
So the strike would cap months of heated rhetoric between the Union and the United States Maritime Alliance, USMX. All right.
Yeah.
Now, this is USMX, a quote here. They said, our offer would increase wages by nearly 50%, triple employer contributions to employee retirement plans, strengthen our healthcare options, and retain the current language around automation and semi-automation. Now, that sounds like a bunch of mumbo jumbo, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Maintain our current language around automation. Like, okay.
Well, it's saying they're keeping the same standards of they'll not replace you as much as they can with robots.
dude, you know what?
They're not going to move on that, apparently.
I think this is going to impact steel. This is going to impact lumber. This is going to impact automobiles. This is going to impact everything, dude.
I mean,
like furniture, like
Well, it's going to be
that we
everything.
get
A
on a boat.
lot of people are worried about like all the cranes and stuff that are used to unload cargo ships being automated instead of someone driving the cranes. It'll all be
Yeah.
like programmed, and it'll be going in and taking out, and all be automation. Like, and that's what they're like. They're taking
like how
our
you said
jobs.
that. You said automated like my Russian physics professor.
Automated.
Automated.
no.
It's a calculator. Get your calculator.
We don't want no automation.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, you just got to pronounce it on the right syllable there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Put the wrong.
dude,
the
I
fastest on
have
the
a
wrong
video
syllable.
that I brought. This is of Harold Daggett. He's apparently the leader of the ILA, which is the longshoremen's union, right? And the quote of the video just says, "I'll cripple you." And he says that towards the end of the video, but just listen to this video. It's about 2 minutes long, but he kind of describes the progression of what could happen
Okay.
if this is to be the road we go down.
Dude, I fucking hate that guy. I just
I was
like,
gonna say he reminds me of the Penguin. I just watched the first episode of the Penguin series. I'm like,
dude, actually, it's a
you
good
know
series.
what's going on here, motherfucker.
Yeah, listen. I don't like. I'm joking, half joking.
Hmm.
I you know what I'm saying? I deserve some better wages. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's zoom, guys. Just you have to deal with that for a second. But just that kind of thing of like, we'll cripple you. Well, listen, the truth is every part of the chain is crucial. You take out any link, it's fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You're they'll know what we do. Yeah, you do a lot. We appreciate you unloading the boat. But also, what about the truck drivers that have to take it from that fucking port to the rest of the places? They go out, the whole place is fucked, right? What about the person
Exactly.
selling the shit? What about the person building the shit? Like, I don't like the like, we're the most important shit. Fucking we'll fucking cripple this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Fuck that
New
guy. Dude.
Jersey.
That guy was an old mob head, like a fucking union head. And I'm sorry, like I've been in union most of my life. I'm not right now. But listen, I'm one of those guys that I've never gave two fucks about the union. I'm sorry. I pay a lot of money and I don't get much back from it. And then you get people that are like, well, they're the ones that give you the wages. Listen, if you don't like it, don't work there. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they can't hire anybody, they're gonna have to think of something else, or they will go out of business. You know what I'm saying? But like the guys that I watched the videos on, they were saying, you know, we've been asking for like $2-3 an hour. You know, we haven't got more than like a $4 an hour increase. Yeah, that's understandable. I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? Like you do have an important job. Greed and all that stuff takes a factor. Like, why can't we give them $7 an hour, $6 an hour? But
Yeah,
we
dude.
come from a town. Oh, go ahead, Greg.
I'm just reading the comments on the video that we just watched. People are saying like he sounds like he's enjoying this, power hungry.
Yeah.
Very much so, people say. But then this guy or this woman just goes, I think I saw him in the movie The Departed.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
what I
that's
mean?
what
Like, Matt Damon.
He seemed like he'd be like a mob boss to me.
Yeah. But that's
Yeah.
I'm being real. That's some of the union heads.
Well, yeah.
You know,
Well,
I
you
just
kind of
look it up.
have to act like that if you're going to stand up for the whole union. You know what I mean?
The union thing. Listen, I do like the union in a lot of aspects. I like the security of the union. You know what I'm saying? Like you get asshole bosses. They can't just fucking shit can you because they don't like you. I like that because you know how people are, right?
Or if you're a piece of shit worker, you can't just get fired.
well, that's the other part. I've
can. Well, I mean, yeah.
Good luck, dude. I've worked with some real piece of shit people that took years to get fired because
They
of the
show up
union.
drunk.
Literally, yes, absolutely, yes.
And because they're in union, they still have a job.
But I want to say this
Yeah,
too.
I've heard about that in multiple units, not just the
It's
one
not-
that you worked for, Dave.
No,
Like,
it's not just Teamsters. That was what I was in. Was Teamsters. It's most of them.
yeah.
And we came from a town. Greg, you're in a town where longshoremen is a big part of that town.
that's what I was just saying. Yeah, like it's a big port town, bro.
Yeah, and I listen. I know some longshoremen. They're great dudes. I also know that those guys, once they get that position, because it's a process, guys. If you don't know anything about it, it's a fucking process to become a longshoreman. But once you get it, hey man, life's good. You get paid great. They have great benefits. Okay, they get paid more than a lot of people, and they get to fuck around a lot.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's tiers, I guess,
Well, listen, man.
because I found out more. Because like I there's someone we went to school with. I kind of talked to him. He kind of got on, and I mean, there's bottom tiers, triple tier. Like there's like 5 different tiers, and once you get into that 5th tier, you kind of like if you're in the 5th tier, you run the shit. Because if you come into this and you're saying, hey, I noticed we're not doing this. We got to change X, Y, and Z. Those guys go, whoa. We've been here a long time, son. And what you're trying to do is impacting my retirement. It's impacting all of our pay. And we're not going to let you do this.
And I'm certainly not saying they're not all good. There are a lot of great guys, but I have family that's worked in the mills their entire life. Lots of people, and they'll all tell you, like, when it comes to like people that are just cruising around on their fucking forklifts and shit, just running into buildings and just being total fuck ups. That's usually the longshoremen, man. They just don't give a shit. They're safe as fuck. Like that union protects them at all costs. You know what I'm saying? So again, like that's one side of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, do I have a ton of sympathy? Like they should get paid more. They have a very important job. But I also don't like the whole stronghold. And I don't know, man. The way that guy approached it, I'm not really a fan of that. I got to be honest with you. You know? That's just my
I
opinion.
honestly don't know what the deal is that they're trying to strike. And that's what I wish that these articles, because like I've tried looking, like, what is it exactly that they're looking for?
Well,
And
it seems like the
I was
automation.
hoping
This is what it said when I Googled it. It said, in addition to higher wages, ILA members want a total ban on the automation of cranes, gates, and container moving trucks used in loading and unloading freight.
But how many jobs would that remove? You know what I mean? Like
A lot.
automation is to replace people, right? So how many, like, did they give a percentage of like the impact?
I don't know, man. I just like, I don't love this thing. Sorry, man. Somebody's at my door. I don't like,
Ooh.
yeah, no. Yeah, the fucking ring cam. What's your guys' opinion on this? Because, like, listen, I don't want people losing their jobs over anything, even McDonald's, right? Like going automation on stuff and car manufacturers having more. I mean, I understand the implication, but it's also like a weird, if you think about it, it's a weird time. This is the only time I think in history that this has happened, where we have development, technology development, where people say we need to ban it because it's going to, you know, and I don't know this has ever happened, but like, how do you stop progression of like technology, right? Because we've seen that. But listen, back in the day, they used to hand paint cars. Like there was a dude at the fucking factory spraying fucking paint in cars, you know what I'm saying? And then that went into a robot paint of the cars, a much more consistent, much more, you know, standard. But then there was other jobs that came from that job. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing is all these jobs, yes, you're out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you also like, there's certain jobs in this world where you have to look at it like how long. Do you know what I'm talking about? When you see a job that's readily available, like this is a job that's not going to go under. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to take that into consideration when you have a career.
Yeah. So I've listened to many a podcasts of Dave Smith talking about this, and like automation is a good thing. Anything that can increase productivity,
sure,
and products for the market is a good thing, because essentially, like, we should never really have inflation. Inflation is like not a natural progression of things. Like the more products you can produce, you should be able to sell a lot of those, and it should get cheaper, right? Over the long term.
Yeah.
But like, you know, that's a whole nother story. But the whole thing is like, you know, that's why the Bernie Sanders model never worked, because what Bernie was offering is saying, hey, you know, here's a shovel. I'm going to give 2,500 people a shovel, and they're going to go pour cement and create a parking lot using a shovel and cement and wheelbarrows. Or we could use a crew of 10 or less dudes with some heavy machinery, get the job done way fucking faster, and then move on and like get how many done. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, you're hiring 2,500 men with shovels and wheelbarrows, but you're not getting anything done for the economy.
You're adding a year at least onto the job.
Right?
Yeah, it's a weird thing, man. It's a weird thing because, like, and it's like you feel weird saying anything about it because it's like on one hand, I want these workers who do work really, really hard, who have very crucial jobs, to get paid what they deserve. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever that is. And I understand that you want to get paid more. Everybody wants more money,
of course.
Everybody wants better benefits. I personally know people that deal with longshoremen. I from my understanding, they have great benefits, man. Like at least the ones in town had great fucking benefits.
Yeah.
Got great hours. They got paid very well. So I'm, you know, part of me is like, I mean, you really have pretty good shit.
Well, and that's the thing
right?
too. Yeah. Everybody wants more, like you said, more pay, more benefits. Like everybody wants better. Sure. Right. But there has to be a point to where everyone looks at the job you're doing and go, okay, where's the point where it reaches the limit of what that gets paid and what the benefits are for that.
Yeah. And who's to
well,
stop?
Not only that.
Oh, go ahead.
But like they need to look at it from a business aspect. Like the people in charge of that business want to make more.
Yeah. They want,
you know what I mean? Like you should be putting out more. And so how do you do that? Do you do that with more bodies, or do you do that with automation? And if you can do it with automation, the choice is automation.
Well, yeah.
Like if you have a business to run and you need more productivity, you're going to have a robot do this.
Well, if you have the capability of having a robot do it, eventually that's going to pay for itself. It's never going to pay for itself if you keep hiring people.
But that's all just like, there's other aspects to it as well. Like the more men you have working at the mills or on these docks, the more injuries you have, the more insurance that they have to pay out to people that probably hurt
vacation,
themselves all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
again, I'm not trying to say that one's better than the other, but I also think it's odd to tell a business they're banned from going into automation. Like that's a weird thing. And here's the other weird aspect to the just strikes in general, right?
Yeah.
Then you get this quote unquote scabs,
Oh yeah.
which I find so
Yeah.
weird. Like this is something I've always battled with because I'm like, okay, here's the thing. We've seen mill strikes before at our town. We've seen them in the
Yeah.
past. And then they all strike. They want more money. And then a bunch of people
A
come
whole
in
crew come in.
and they start working.
So can we explain what scabs are? They're
Okay,
temporary
so
workers, right?
Scabs is a person that comes in and fulfills the job that's being stricken
Right.
upon.
And they're considered
Yeah.
the scum. They are the scum of the earth, dude.
Right.
Well, to union workers.
To a union worker and some people that aren't, because I think there's just a bad rep to the whole thing. But to some, I think like
To some.
just that don't know, they're just like, well, these guys are assholes because they're taking the, but here's my issue. Like you are what you're worth. And if you have people that come in and do the job
for half the price.
for $20 compared to, they're wanting 40, right? Or they're willing to do it for 25.
But did they do it as well though?
Yeah, but
That's the
no,
experience,
here's the thing.
quality.
No, but I just had a new guy today, brand new guy today. That's why I was like a couple minutes. I was really pushing the table. We have a brand new guy. He's not brand new. He came from another store. He was in the company for like 60 days. And, you're looking at me like, yeah, he's not great or he's not bad. He's pretty good, but he's going to get good. He's going to get real good.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not being rude, but like mill jobs, like, are you willing to work really hard? Because you're gonna have to work really hard. You're gonna have to understand machinery.
Mhm.
And I feel like competent people can do the job. It may take them a few months, but they can do the job. You know what I'm saying? So I always thought it was weird when a group decides to strike, and then what they expect the company to just bend over, and the company is not going to just bend over. They're
No.
gonna say, "Hey, we got shit to do. You guys want to strike? We'll talk, I guess, but we're going to bring people in to cover you." And then they get booed and fucking eggs thrown at their cars. And I get it. I get it to an extent, but I'm like, doesn't that kind of tell you that some people need jobs or would be stoked to have a $25 hour job?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, you kind of have to look at yourself. I mean, from that side of the fence and go, I mean, do we really have that much to complain about right now?
Or you don't have any leverage, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
because if they can just go out and find people to do your job at half the price, I mean, you
In-
have no leg to stand on.
In the blink of an
You're-
eye.
And this is the wrong economy. Okay.
Oh, yeah, right.
Because like there are people that would kill to have $5 or $7 raises. You know what I'm saying? Like they would quit their jobs and go work at the mill in a heartbeat if they were just looking for people.
Yeah.
But let me ask you, do you guys find the timing suspicious? Like, we're right? Because
Yes.
this is kind of where else I wanted to go with the conversation is this whole Black Swan event, where at the beginning of the year you had Catherine Herridge from CBS News, and I brought the clip from that too if you wanted to play that. She's kind of talking about how we would have this national security Black Swan event, but we can also have a financial Black Swan event, which you have this Fox Business, whoever is coming out saying we're in a Black Swan territory right now for like any financial thing to happen. And I've been hearing from libertarians for the past 10 years that we're in a bubble. This thing's going to pop. And I agree. Trump has even said this while he was running for president in 2016, but it's like, when is this going to happen? But it seems like all of these things are converging right now. I don't know. We don't even have to play the Catherine Herridge.
I don't really
clip
know.
if we-
I guess I'm struggling with like, what is a Black Swan event? Like, I don't really even know what that is.
It
I
is
gotta be
an
honest with you.
event that happens suddenly that you don't expect, but it has like very strong
Ramifications.
impact, yes, and ramifications on the economy, on health, on whatever, right?
Yeah.
And so it can be like a financial Black Swan event, or it could be like just a national security Black Swan event, like a war or a bomb or something, right?
Yeah. The only thing I'll say that like lends me to believe that this is not some political thing or something like just from being in the union for a long time, you have union contracts. You know what I'm saying? Like you have when the contract is up, you know, like it's a 2-year contract, it's a 4-year contract. It depends on what union and where you're at, right? But you all know
For
it's
sure.
coming. And so like
This was a 6-year contract, by the way.
yeah. So the point is like their contract is up it's that's just the timing of it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they strike. You don't see, at least not that I'm aware of, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, anybody, but you don't see a lot of strikes when there's not a contract trying to be completed.
Yeah.
That's when the strikes happen, is what I'm saying. You don't see a strike in the middle of a contract. You know what I'm saying? So this contract was
For sure.
over, and now they're saying, hey, what you're offering is not good enough, and we decided and voted on striking. And that's seemingly what they're going to do, supposedly at midnight, right? So I don't really find it to be like odd timing. I think that's how the cookie crumbles. You get what I'm saying?
Because I was thinking that too. I was thinking like, this sucks that it's around the election time, but it's also like, of course, like we're gonna have fucking all shit hit the fan right around the election, right? But I brought another video. I think I bookmarked it, Chris. Let me double check, because this guy was talking about, so this is also Thrilla the Gorilla. This is the bald dude with the glasses.
Okay.
I wanted to get your opinion on what this guy had to say, because he's talking about like a very scary scenario where we're running out of gas, we're running out of food, we're like just all this crazy shit. So let's just play this for a little bit. Probably don't have to play the whole thing, but just want to get your take.
Oh shit!
See, it's a bunch of fear porn,
Yeah,
right?
there's a lot of fear porn. I forgot we don't have any oil here, guys. None. America does not produce anything. We are so dry.
That's true.
We are like 90-year-old women, just dried up.
Well, think about it, because Biden
morsels.
did sell off all the reserves here, right? Or that's what we're being told. 90% of our reserves are fucking empty.
Yeah, I
Aren't
don't know
they?
about that, man.
Well,
who knows?
look this up, because I heard something about like Biden pretty much drained our reserves dry.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Who knows? Possibly, I guess. I feel like we can produce oil. Like, if we just drain, like Trump would just not be able to do anything. Like, we can produce oil here. That's like, I don't know, man. Like, yes, obviously, we could do that with almost anything. We could just be like, fucking Yellowstone, the fucking volcano is going to blow up tomorrow, and it's going to cause a cloud. That cloud is going to cause mass havoc. We're going to fucking buildings are going, like, we can, any scenario, you name it, we can fear porn it all the way to fucking where we're all dead. Everybody's dead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What you have to ask yourself is the business going to allow that to happen? Are the ports going to allow that to happen? Is the government going to allow that to happen? Right. And so this is that weird thing, because what that guy said was he was trying to play tough guy, and he's like, we can fucking, listen, at the end of the day, you are a worker. They don't have to, they could fire you. They could literally just say, fuck all of you.
Well,
and people would probably line up to get that job.
Exactly. And we could just do it like we were just saying before with the scabs. Like, it's not going to get that far because they're not going to allow things to not move around. They're not going to allow things just to come to a fucking halt. That's not going to how it's going to happen.
I mean, maybe temporarily.
Yeah,
but-
yeah. There may be negotiations and there may be disruptions and there may be slowdowns,
Yeah.
but they're going to bring people in to get the fucking shit done. That's just what's going to happen.
Well, see, here's the thing too. I want to throw out there is there's a lot of people that apply for these positions.
I've applied for longshore positions like 3
Isn't
times.
our friend Logan a longshoreman?
Yes, he is.
Okay, so it
Yeah,
took,
dude,
yeah. So
yeah.
listen, here's the thing. Our friend Logan, a year or 2 years, he did this fucking crazy schedule, working his ass off. That's how they do it, right? You have to just work the most bullshit shifts, 20
Yeah.
hours a day, 2 years straight, no days
Well,
off.
you have to show up. It's like the
Every
movie
morning.
Cinderella Man, right? You
Every
show up
morning.
every morning. You show up at the gate, and you're
Yep.
like,
Well,
"Can-
no.
do I have any work?" You know, you're like
Yeah.
starving. No, I don't know.
That's if
I'm
you,
just
that's
a
if you're
little
that's if you're
obsessed.
not registered. That's if you're just like an unidentified, they call it, and
Oh,
you're
okay.
you're signed on, but you're not part of the group yet.
But that's a lot of people, though.
That's a lot of people.
You have to get now, unless you. That's the other thing is like if you know somebody, you get in a little bit quicker. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And that's this whole like
Absolutely.
brotherhood shit, which is cool. That's fine. But my point is this: there's a lot of people right now in this country, and again, I'm just showing the other side of this strike. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm not saying I side with one or the other, but I'm saying if they want to strike, fine. They have the right to strike. They're in a union. They can do that. They can request. But there's a lot of people that are trying to get in or have been trying to do this that aren't getting the jobs. And if that port opened up and said, you know what, put out a thing. Well, anybody that's been wanting to get into the union, you know, because that's a job that most people would drop their job at McDonald's at their fucking $15 an hour job, and they would jump on that fucking in a second.
guaranteed.
Oh,
And
yeah.
guaranteed. So at some point, here's the gamble. It's a gamble. That guy made it sound like they have all the power and there's nothing that can happen. And they do have a lot of power. But the truth is that company is not beholden to that worker. They can say, you guys are fucking us. You're fucking everybody. And if you don't get back here, we'll negotiate. Well, you know, you want $50 an hour, we'll give you 40 or 42. Okay, that's $10 or $7 more. I don't know what the, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying you can negotiate. But if you're going to play hardball, we got a line of people, man. Up to you. You can be out of a job.
Yep.
How does that work with a union, though? I don't know.
The
Like the workers' rights and all that shit?
No, listen, the union is its own thing, man. Okay, so they are there for the people. Usually the managers are not part of the union. It's a group. Okay, they
Yeah.
come together. So they have lawyers, they have all kinds of shit. They can sue companies for wrongful terminations. But you have to ask yourself, what's a wrongful termination? If you are at a job and you say, I want more money, and the business says, we don't have the money to pay you more money.
And you say, well, I'm not working until I get more money.
And I'm going to strike then, and I'm not going to work until you give me that better pay. And the guy goes, well, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just hypothetical, right? They do have some
Mhm.
money to give you. I'm going to be very clear. But at the end of the day, you're a worker. The job is working with the union to help, you know, okay, yeah, we get it. You're all collective. That's great. And their big threat is that all these people leave at one time. That's the threat to the business, right? They
Yeah.
go, how do we lose 1,000 workers and still function? And in most jobs, that is tough. But what I'm trying to say is that with the longshoremen, there's a lot of people on those wait lists. There's a lot of people that, you know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of people on the wait list. There's a lot of people that would love that job, and they would go in there and they'd work their asses off, and they would work. And so there's a gamble to this, because if you hold off too long to where this guy's talking about, like, it's all going to crumble.
Yeah.
The ports are going to say, hey, listen, we got to get going. Like, I'm sorry. If you guys are not going to negotiate with us and not work with us, then it is what it is. And there's people that will come in here and it's going to be rough.
Oh yeah,
But rough is better than not moving.
yeah.
That's where it
Yeah,
comes
exactly.
down to this. That's where it comes down to me on this one.
Yeah.
I feel for them. I want them to get better.
Well,
pay.
that and if it gets to a point, they're gonna be getting a lot of pressure to get things going, because nobody's just gonna stand around and be like, well, I mean, they're in negotiations, so nothing's gonna.
no
get
one
done.
wants a strike. I
No,
wanna be
no
very
one's
clear.
no one's just gonna allow that to happen.
No.
For a long period of time.
No one wants a strike. The business does not want to strike, and the workers do not actually want to be on strike, because you got to remember, they're not getting paid their full paychecks either.
That's true.
And so, listen, what I'm saying is it's not so one-sided. That guy, that fucking mob boss, he was trying to make it sound like they have all the power and they can cripple America, but and they may have something to that. But the truth
I
is,
will cripple you.
yeah,
I
Hey,
will cripple
it's
you.
my
not a
name's the
good look.
Penguin. Have you seen the Batman? Fuck him. I will cripple him too.
I mean, can you imagine the boss of these ports, right? Who is watching that guy? And he's like, oh, so this is the good faith that we're going to go into this hearing, that you're just going to cripple us if we don't do everything you say. Like, it's not a great
Yeah.
look, man.
Yeah.
It's
Good
not a
luck
great look.
negotiating.
It's not a great look, man. But at the same time, this is what unions do. They want their workers to get better pay. They want better benefits. And, there's a lot of companies that don't pay their employees enough. I will just go out there and say that as far
Dude,
as I'm aware,
absolutely.
yeah. But as far as I'm concerned, I haven't seen a longshoreman that I haven't been like, damn, I'd love that money.
Exactly.
Just saying.
Well, and
And-
like just every job right now, like if you look at the price of groceries have tripled, and the wages have increased 3% maybe, if that, if
I don't
you're
think
lucky.
I don't think they've increased at all.
Well, I mean, minimum wage,
Well, minimum-
$15 an hour or something.
Minimum wage
is-
here is still 7 something.
Oh, okay. Well, price of living might be a
cheaper.
little bit cheaper.
It is.
You know,
It
so I'm
is.
just saying, like, it depends on where you live, but
Yeah.
the whole thing, just like, I agree. I don't think that there's that much. The only power that they have, though, is experience and knowing how to do the job efficiently, getting it done, and what needs to go where.
Yep.
If you bring in new scabs, they're going to be like, what do I do? Like,
Yeah.
possibly, right? Or you could bring in experienced scabs where they go, hey,
Right.
I know exactly what the fuck I'm doing, so just hire me instead. And
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
they might outcompete the original person who's on strike.
Oh, eventually they could, right? But
Yeah.
you're right. Like, it's going to be rough. But here's the thing: is like when all the shit at any job, your job, my job, when everything's falling apart, you all have those days where shit's like people calling out, no one showed
yeah,
up,
dude.
blah blah blah. You name it, right?
Mhm.
It's if you can get help in any form, it doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be functioning and moving. People need to
Yeah.
get their stuff and be able to get out of the store, and you need to be able to close the store down feeling like, oh, that sucked dick, but god damn it, we didn't collapse. Okay. And so that's where I think this is. I actually don't see this being a long-term thing. I think they're going to come to a result that everybody's happy with. That's just how strikes work in general, not always, but sometimes. No one wants to be on strike, so they're gonna negotiate. I'm hoping in good faith, and maybe they get some extra pay. The ban on automation, that's going to be a tough one. I got to be honest with you. I don't think any reasonable, smart business is going to be like, yeah, we'll just forever ban this and never progress as a business. You know what I'm saying? I think that's going to be a tough sell.
Yeah.
I think the both is going to be a tough sell. 77% increase. You're high, dude.
It's
You're
going to be
high
rough.
as fuck.
It's going to be rough.
Over the next 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it was
mean,
like
that's-
3 or 6 years or something like that. But regardless, especially now in the times we're in right now, and you're asking for a 77 fucking percent increase. You're
yeah.
as high as inflation right now.
I mean, now would be the time to ask because everything's so fucking expensive, but you have to have the data to back it. Be like, hey, our company makes $3.7 billion a year. You guys put this much towards X, Y, and Z. Like we can shift the wages up a little bit, right? So that's
Yeah.
all we're asking.
And it obviously depends. I'm just looking up. It depends on where you're at, right? So like longshoremen in Texas, 56 to 74,000 starting, right? Is that like insane? No, but that's not bad starting wages.
What was
'cause
it?
56 to 74 is what this says.
Mm.
That's for like entry level starting up. So is that bad starting wages? Like, no, because you know that you're going to get increases with longshoremen. You're going to get pay increases.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I know in Washington, they started off more than that.
Yeah, it's more. Than
The people that actually are in this, like actually get in and they're in, they get paid a lot more than
they
that.
paid a lot more than that.
A lot more than that.
I know several people working that job. They make a lot.
But
more
Houston's
than
also a huge port. And like these places, Miami or Tampa, those are huge ports, right?
Yeah.
They're big ass ports. And there's going to be a lot of like high paying ones and a lot of just low level beginning longshoremen.
Mhm.
I'm assuming. I'm assuming that.
Oh yeah, there's for sure tiers. There's like I said, like there's the identified, unidentified. And then there's A, B, C man. Like
Yeah.
it's just levels to the whole thing.
The ABC man.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I'm not on either side. I just don't want to see this get like, I don't believe that guy. I think that guy's, like you said, Greg, he's fear porn. That guy's got he got like some C cups. I don't know if you saw that, but he's got some cups.
Oh, the
yeah.
guy in the
I
TikTok
was just
video?
paying
Yeah.
attention to the background.
No,
I saw
I
a
could
railroad
not-
track.
I could not
And
take
then,
my
like, some
eyes.
trees.
Like I was so distracted by like how his like he looks
His
like rather
Tits
fit,
jiggled.
but then he has like actual like grippable like I
Mm.
do. I got some. You know, I got some. You know what I mean? But he is.
You got some meat on them. Those,
Yeah, man.
those,
I
was
don't
gonna say
really-
breasts and boobs at the same
I
time.
don't want to think that it's going to be that. You know, I'm not saying he's wrong. I just don't want to think that it's going to turn into that.
I think
Well,
it'll,
let's hope not.
I hope not, but I think it will get. I mean, there will be slowdowns for sure.
Sure. Yeah. There's definitely going to be issues, and everybody's going to feel it. Everybody's going to feel it in one way, which is unfortunate because obviously the news was the big storm. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that are devastated right now. And it is kind of criminal how underreported this is, because when you actually watch videos of people in the air, I mean, there was towns that were absolutely like wiped off the map. I'm talking
yeah.
full
Mm.
towns.
I've seen full on videos where literally they did a before and after of like before the storm hit, they like were filming
Yeah.
everything and they went through and filmed and it was literally gone. The
Yeah.
whole thing.
which, you know,
So didn't it split? Like this one was weird. It came up through, I think, Florida, right? And
Okay,
did it
Florida.
split and turn into two different storms? Like one went towards like Kentucky, Tennessee.
I don't really know about this. I'm not sure about the split. Possibly. I didn't really. What I watched was really just we knew that it was heading up, you know, into
Yeah.
Georgia and North Carolina and those places, and it may have split. And obviously decrease in
Yeah, it turned into more of a tropical storm.
Yeah.
But the worst of it at that point was just the torrential downpouring.
the rain. And you have the Appalachians, which you got that rain coming down, and it's just like flash flooding everything. Dude.
Yeah.
Dams are problematic.
I literally watched one video where a lady got off, I don't know what she got off of, like a ATV or something like that, but was walking on the ground and then walked through her window and was standing in her kitchen, but she
Mhm.
was like above counter height where the dirt was.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah, just mud, dude.
Yeah, just it filled the whole bottom half of her house with dirt.
But
Yeah, I'm seeing Asheville, North
Yeah.
Carolina was hit pretty bad.
yeah. There's a couple of places. that
Oh
were-
my gosh, dude. I mean, there was like
It's devastating, man. And what sucks is, you know, and I mean this not disrespectfully, but some of these towns are so small
Mm-hmm.
that the average
Chimney Rock.
person just
dude,
doesn't
I just
give a shit.
bookmarked.
You know what I mean?
They're
just
not going to get
bookmarked-
rebuilt.
They don't know what, like, these towns, like, even though they're small and there's only a few hundred people in these towns, like, they're gone. Everything is gone, and a lot of people just don't
Chimney
realize.
Rock,
Chimney
North
Rock is a bad
Carolina
one. Chimney
is
Rock is
just
bad.
demolished, dude.
Yeah,
Look
it's
at
bad.
this.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I won't play the audio, but here's the video.
I can't believe it. Nothing is left.
Well, see, that's
All water and
that's
wood.
that I think is a lake. I got to be honest with you.
Is it?
I think that's a lake, a river, because you see these houses that are on the
Oh, yeah, yeah,
shore.
yeah.
Oh yeah, you're
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
That is the lake of everything. Just
Everything's
Everything
collateral
collected
damage.
into that lake.
I mean, that you're not wrong, Greg, because like that river or whatever this is, Lake River, is obviously filled with debris from homes, boats. I mean, the whole nine. This is you know,
there's very little spots where there's no wood.
it's
Yeah.
but like there's towns that are just it's terrible, man. And you know, it's one of those things where, you know, this ties in with everything else that we're talking about. You know, obviously Trump's there. I know he's there doing some stuff.
Biden's not.
Biden's not. Kamala's
They actually
not.
asked him today. I think it was today. Hey, with all the catastrophic event going on here in Tennessee and North Carolina and all these places, do we have anything we can send down there? Like, is the government going to send any support? And he's like, we're giving them all we got.
Well, he said
We
there
gotta
isn't-
send it to Gaza.
There isn't any more we can do. And he's like, nope.
well, so he I think specifically he had an aid package of whatever it was, and they said, are you going to be sending more aid relief? And he said, we already sent aid relief, and we'll continue to watch over. But then, like, within 3 days, they sent more money to Ukraine. I think that's what is pissing people off.
And another thing,
Well,
and
dude.
by the way, we're sending another $3.5 billion to Ukraine.
Yeah. Oh, and Israel. Dude, I saved another
God.
video that shows you a before and after of Chimney Rock. And
Yeah.
so yes, it is kind of
yeah,
like
this is the stuff I've seen here.
it is kind of a lake, but it turned into a lake. Like the road just turned into a lake. I mean,
It's just a picture.
the before
Oh,
and
yeah.
now after.
Well,
I
so
mean,
this is different. This is different, but
true. Yeah.
So there's actually a guy who films this town before and after, and this road right here is the town. It's a very small town,
Yeah.
but there's businesses and bars and taverns on the sides and shit. The whole
Exactly.
town was washed away. The whole fucking thing was washed away, man. I mean, you can see here there's a couple buildings, but if you actually see the other side of the road, they're gone. Everything's
Completely gone.
Yeah.
gone. And you know, it's like one of those things where, like, you know, you got these Appalachian, you know, and like North Carolina, these people that no one, you know, they're kind of the forgotten Americans that are just up in the hills, living their life, small town. It's not LA, it's not New York.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's easy just to not think of them, but like they're dealing with some shit right
Well,
now.
and it's not only
Everything
just
they-
like the water either, because there was so much rain. I've seen several videos of just landslides after
landslides
landslides,
are terrible.
and just I seen a video where a guy was standing on his back porch, like filming the rain, and then he turned, and all of a sudden the hill just gave out, and it came down beside
Yeah.
him, just fucking washed the shop, the rest of his property away, and missed him by like 10 feet.
It's fucking messed up, dude. And then like, and that's the thing is like, listen, I will Kamala Harris go? Probably eventually she will go at some point. It's a bunch of bullshit excuses why she's not. Is it good that Trump's there? Yeah, it is good. Is it good for him? Of course it's good for him. It's good publicity.
yeah.
But he also, regardless of what you think, what he's doing for publicity, he's there.
He's always done that.
He's there. And he
He was doing the
should
same
be
thing
there.
during 9/11. He was down there, like making sure
He
the
should be
people that
there.
were digging stuff out.
Kamala
were
should be
doing
there.
okay.
It's her fucking duty to be there. Like, and you don't have to do much. That's the thing that's annoying is all she has to say is like, you know, give a little fucking presser there and just be like, hey, you know, we don't want to interrupt the, you know, cleanups and we're not trying to, but I just want, we want you to know that
Right?
we're here.
It
we
won't
care
take
about
much,
you.
right?
Yeah, we care about you guys. We're going to do everything we can. You know, we're thinking of you. You know, I've walked the devastation. We know how bad this is for you, and we're going to do what we can. That's all she has to do.
Yeah,
And she's not doing it. And it's so fucking bizarre.
because they don't give a fuck.
They don't fucking care.
They
They
don't give
don't
a
care
fuck.
about these people because most of them are fucking Trump supporters. They don't fucking care, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They don't
Well, I
care.
mean, Hillary kind of did the same thing where she didn't really go, you know, into the
Yeah.
deep south. She didn't go into the red counties where she needed to, you know.
But see, this is what's fucked is like now you got this looming, you know, this strike, and these towns need more goods, right? We need more trucks moving.
Yeah.
We need people to come in there. So that ties in. And then on top of it, you got fucking Georgia. They have this giant fucking explosion.
Oh
of chemicals.
yeah, I did see
You
that.
got a fucking giant chemical.
Did you
fucking
see that
explosion.
thing, Greg?
I did see it. Was it
Oh my God, biolabs.
some like or something?
It's
I don't know.
biolabs, but they produce like I want to say it was like pool shit stuff for pool.
It got in the water?
Well, I don't know what all they produced, but it started on fire, and then they got, from what I read, it caught on fire and it caused this huge thing.
Yeah, and then
They got the fire out,
it reignited.
and then it reignited because it like came in contact with stuff that has a reaction to water.
Yeah.
And then it
Oh,
fucking
boy.
blew up even bigger.
Yeah, and it was some orange ass fucking smoke. Bro.
Yeah.
It
Here,
was-
I saved
I have
a
videos
couple
on my
videos.
well, yeah, probably the same ones, but
But
it's
this is like this shows like the photos of like the grid that was impacted. dude.
that's dude. Do you have my TikTok open?
Yeah.
Check this shit out. I saved a couple videos. Look at this shit.
And
Look at this shit right here. This is fucking wild, man. It's just so much God. It looks so chemically.
holy
It-
moly.
It looks so chemical.
Yeah, it's red.
It's fucking
It's red smoke.
Yeah,
Look at
that's,
this shit.
you know, that's bad.
and it is.
I like the
continuing to
middle
go up.
finger.
Yeah,
This little
God, it looks like a
tree
fucking
hanger.
volcano erupted.
yeah, dude. It's really bad. And it kept fucking going. It just kept.
holy moly.
It kept pluming.
Yeah, that can't be good.
Have you seen it from outer space? I don't know if this
Yeah,
is
they
real. I
sh-
just
Oh no.
I just bookmarked it.
Yeah, they showed some of that.
You can see it from outer space.
Yeah, look at that, dude. Ugh.
Oh my
I don't know if this
God.
is real
That's like low
because
level.
like space is fake and gay,
That's
right?
still
So-
outer space though, dude.
yeah, I mean that's
Look at this.
inner space. I feel like that's like
It's a hole.
That's the inner space.
I feel like I've been in
Sucking
a
you down.
plane that's
They
been
ha-
about that high. You know what I'm saying?
They
Like,
haven't got past the dome yet.
yeah, man.
Yeah,
It-
that looks
There's
like
literally like a dark circle. Everybody just listening on
Yeah.
audio. It's like pure white clouds, looks like snow, and then just this massive black circle and then a hole.
So
it literally looks like a black hole.
but let's
Yeah.
read this real quick because this is actually tells you what it is. It's a sort of major chemical fire. It says that these guys deal with highly reactive chemicals used in pool and spa care, including chlorine and other toxic substances. Their products like BioGuard, Spa Guard, and ProGuard are loaded with chemicals that react explosively with water, which is exactly what happened. So you're talking about products like Clean It, Mineral Spring Cell Cleaner, Strip Quicks, all which contain dangerous chemicals that can ignite. So this company just has
Dude,
pool
they
all
said
cleaners.
this
kinds
is
of
the
shit.
this is the third time that this has happened in the last 7 years.
At this place?
That's what they just said. This is the third damn time in 7 years.
I don't know that I've ever seen this though. I mean, maybe that has
Well-
had small fires, but I don't think we've seen this. I don't think we've seen this big of an explosion like this at this place. So if they have had fires, I'm hoping that they were just smaller ones that were able to, because this
I
is
don't know.
huge. Like
That-
this whole
it's
place is
very
fucking
big.
toast, bro.
Hmm. Well, it
Ugh.
can create chlorine in the air, like a aerosolized chlorine.
Yeah.
It'll clean the air.
Well, this dude was
Yeah. And your lungs.
this lady called and the news station, she called into the news station and said that the police showed up. She lived within walking distance of this building, and the police were obviously going around evacuating everybody. And she's like, it was so like, you know, the air, like there's this one
It's
guy
just
who was
burning them.
he was just like crying. He wasn't really crying, but like, you know, his eyes were just extremely watery, and he's just like, I had to step outside and it's fucking toxic, man. Like shut your doors, shut your windows. So like this is some
Oh yeah.
this is some toxic shit, man. Like
Let me ask you this though, because this was a bio lab, and that's literally the words that are being used here. It was a bio lab explosion.
Yeah.
Do you think that this, because you know there is something to them flooding the news, the search results with specific words, so that way when you try to search for quote bio lab, like in
Yeah.
Ukraine or somewhere else,
Yeah.
you won't get the results you're looking for. You'll just get the Georgia explosion.
That's
Do
true.
you think this is something going on there?
I think I get what you're saying. And I think you're on to something possibly. But the one thing I would say is if this was maybe like 3 years ago, that would be something.
Well,
Well-
no, what I'm saying is there might be something coming out soon.
That's
You know,
true.
like
If
maybe-
something does pop up, but we haven't really seen a lot on the whole
Well, I mean,
biolab.
it
front
is almost
recently.
October.
Exactly.
I just think it's like Georgia, and you have a whole lot of people that are houseless right now that are fucking breathing in this toxic air, on top of the fact that like just the flooding alone is already creating a toxic environment. There's sewage
Yeah.
flowing around, there's fucking debris, there's, you know, who knows, dead animals, like there's farm animals, like the whole farm's gone.
Hmm.
I'm
There's
just saying,
there's Hurricrocs. You see that?
Hurricanes.
Yeah. There's fucking
So I have a correction to make on that photo. People are saying that this is from the East Palestine spill. So that photo from atmosphere or from outer space or whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't seen that one. There was some
I'm sure it doesn't look much different
stuff that
with
well,
as big as it was.
the reason why I didn't really, because I'm like, obviously put it up there, but it was super cloudy. And if you actually look at some of the aerial shots that I have seen of it,
Mhm.
like you can see the stream going down. It's like going north, like Georgia, and all that fucking toxic air was going north towards.
Mm,
But it didn't look that cloudy. You know what I'm saying? But it's just one more thing. You know, it's like, oh
It
shit.
is.
You know, here we got this giant, and it looks bad.
it looks
Like
bad.
looks
that. Remember
really
the
bad.
train was like just black, nasty black fucking fumes, and this
Yeah.
one's like
well, and then
orange.
dude,
like,
like-
what are we fucking? What is this shit, dude? Is this Yellowstone?
I want to know what is
Sulfur?
going on with East Palestine right now. Like, have they resolved any of that? Is their water clean? What is going on? Are people
Yeah.
still experiencing illness?
Who knows? Because there was
Ugh.
just another fucking chemical train derailment here like last week or so up there.
I
There-
haven't heard anything about it though. To be fair, like, and you even with like Flint and the bad water, like it just lingers. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Yeah.
not headline news, but people still talk about the bad water in Flint. You know, like it doesn't go away.
Yeah.
And I just haven't heard anybody talk about that one at
Well,
all.
They're probably not going to.
Yeah, but it's also like, or was it also a little like? Of course, it's not good for you. Of course, it's not good for the environment. But like,
not
it,
as bad as
it blew
it
away
was-
and dispersed. I mean, mill towns are constantly pumping shit in the air, like all the time, dude. You know what I mean? It's not good air. It's not
The
good
East
air.
Palestine thing got in the water though, dude. Like I remember
Yeah.
they were saying like it got into the big water, like the massive river that went
Yeah.
down
Yeah.
through multiple states. You know, I
mean,
don't know.
East Palestine. I'm gonna look that shit up.
Yeah, who knows?
What happened to East Palestine since? Maybe something.
but
Nothing.
1 year after toxic train derailment, East Palestine is a town divided. So it's a full
imagine
year.
that.
I mean, I'm sure that's from NPR a while back, but I'm yeah. It's the final stage of a massive environmental cleanup that has already cost Norfolk Southern more than 800 million. There it is.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well-
crash site is still under active construction.
All right. Well, yeah, I just hope that like this whole worker thing gets resolved. We'll see.
I do too.
I can definitely see it like them prolonging it to get what they want, kind of to make a stand at least.
If you're not gonna negotiate good faith, then nothing's gonna happen. So if you're
Right.
we all listen. I've been through them. You say I want $30 an hour, and you know you're not getting 30. But the point is I was making 22, and if we can get 26, 27, we're all happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that they'll, both sides work this out and they come to agreement on something that works for both. We can just not worry about this now. You know what I'm
How
saying?
long
Yeah.
do you think it lasts?
Me personally,
Yeah.
it-
A month?
no,
Not even a month?
nah. I'm gonna. What do you think, Greg? I'm gonna say a week. I don't even know if it's gonna last a week.
And then they come to
Honestly,
an agreement?
I think so. That's just my.
I'm not that familiar with how passionate they are about this, but I would say, like, if they're really stagnant on this whole 77%, if that was the number that was thrown out,
That
like
was the one that
that's-
I had seen somebody say.
I think that's shooting a little bit high, like
Yeah.
Dave was saying.
Yeah.
So they're asking high. They're maybe aiming for about 40 to 50, maybe even 35. I don't know, percent.
Sure.
Something tells me that they're going to settle for a 33% raise. No, I'm kidding. Because they already said that they offered close to 50%, and now they're asking for 77%. So they'll probably land somewhere around 60. I don't know, 60 something
If they
percent.
offered 50, then I think they're gonna stick with 50. They have they can just say, hey, we offered you 50. That's 50%.
I think I don't know a time, 2 weeks maybe, but I think it'll go long enough to see an effect from it, and then they'll come to an agreement. So whatever that is, 2.5 weeks maybe.
hmm I mean, think about your salary, like going up 50%.
That'd be insane.
That's like a lot of fucking money.
It's a
Like,
lot of money, dude.
so I'm just saying,
It's a lot of money.
for everybody's salary to go up 50%, that's a lot to ask for.
It is a lot to ask for. Not saying they can't ask. I'm just saying, good luck. If the company actually offered 50% already,
That
I think the
Yeah.
company is going to say, "Fuck you all. We're offering
Well,
you 50%."
you know what? Like,
if
I
that's
take
what
it
they
back.
actually
Maybe-
did.
Maybe it isn't a lot. I don't know what these companies make as a whole compared to what they pay their payers. So
guys,
maybe it isn't a lot compared to, like, when you sit down and look at it. I don't know.
I think listen, I would just argue that almost any person in any job right now, if you said, listen, man, if you could get a 50% pay increase, would you be excited or angry? And most people would be like,
Mhm.
I'd be pretty stoked with 50%. I'd go to work a lot happier if I had 50% of an increase. You know what I'm
Now
saying?
they did say in the next 3 years, so who knows how much groceries will cost by
But that's
then.
how it
Depends
always. I
on
know,
if
but
Kamala wins.
that's the shitty thing is it's always that way. There's always a increment each year. It's $1 the 1st
Mhm.
year, 2 the next, and 4 the next. Like that's how it has always been.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
if it's 50%, and let's say they make $30 an hour or $40 an hour, 50%, let's say at $40 is $20 over the course of 3 years. Come on, man. I'm just saying, like, if you're not satisfied, then maybe something else is better for you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because
Well,
somebody
that's
will
the only way to get a more immediate pay raise is get a new job. Like,
there, yeah, and what are you gonna do? You know,
Mhm.
so they're both in the catch-22 right now. That's all I'm trying to say. They're both there.
I'm never satisfied.
Never, I
Never
want
satisfied.
$100.
well, hey, that mob boss was never satisfied. I can tell you that.
Guaranteed.
Well, hey,
Let me tell you
and-
something.
yeah, and if they're also trying to like ban automation, what's stopping them from saying, dude, at this point, we'll just buy the fucking automation? Like, you guys are crazy. We can just get these
At that
working
point,
cranes.
how much would it be? Even they'd probably break even whether they paid them that much more money or just bought the fucking machines.
Dude, I know we're getting off, but can you imagine if the company just came out and said, we just got new cranes. So these 5,000 workers across all these ports, like, nice knowing you. Hey, we're actually thinking about buying the cart ones next week. So, hey, all you other 20,000, like, it's up to you guys. I mean, like,
Yeah.
50%, or we can buy them. Either way, it's up to you.
Right.
And those people would be like, dude, we got to sign this fucking thing. We got to sign this. They're gonna,
That's a good fucking tactic right there. Just threaten them. Say, hey, either you just agree to what we're offering you, or we're just gonna go buy the
if
fucking
one
machines.
side can do it, so can the other. That's the
Maybe-
problem with
Yeah.
this shit.
Maybe that was the plan the whole time. They're like, hey, let's just let them go on strike, and then we'll bring in the automation anyway.
They already have the
how
automation.
can we
Yeah.
how can we force this transition here?
There we go.
I'm not siding with either, guys. I just want to be very clear. I respect the workers. They work their asses off, I'm sure. But there's also businesses, and they also have the right
True.
to choose how they want to go. Who's going to win the fucking tug of war, man? That's what it's going to come down to.
Indeed. Good show, gentlemen.
Good show, guys.
Awesome. All
All
right,
right,
guys.
see
Take
you
care
Wednesday.
out there, America.
We'll see you guys later. Bye.